I'm 20 years old, and just this past month I made over $50,000 profit, and just about 8 months ago or so I was literally making $0 per month. And that sounds insane, and that sounds completely unrealistic to go from $0 to $50,000 per month in less than a year. But if you understood what I was doing, it's actually not that crazy. And in this video I kind of wanted to explain a couple of things. One being the vehicle that allowed me to do that, because obviously you need a pretty fucking solid vehicle in order to take you from $0 to $50,000 per month in that time frame. Two, why I think it worked for me, why I believe I found personal success in this model. And three, what I think someone should do if they were a complete beginner that wanted to get involved with this side of the internet and this type of business, what I believe they should do, or what I personally would do if I was starting over in this day and age. So first things first, let me clarify something. Most of you guys watching this video probably know me as like a growth operator, like the growth operating kid, because I blew up in that time frame when that was coined as a new business model, as a new opportunity, basically where you pair up with content creators, make a school community for them, take 50% and run that operation for content creators to sell whatever it is they talk about online, sell coaching on it, sell a community on it, sell a course on it, etc. And that is true. I came up in that time period, and I was one of the main people talking about it on YouTube, and that's how I really got my name out there, because it was high search volume, low search results, and I was one of the only people that really found success in it. And I did end up partnering with a content creator that was unmonetized, and I started a school community for them, a low ticket school, and things just fucking worked. I got lucky. The creator wasn't selling info beforehand, and in the first day of launch, with little to no existing knowledge on the info space beforehand, we scaled to $10,000 per month in MRR in just a couple of hours of launch. And in my first month working with that content creator, I didn't have any type of 50% split, but I ended up making damn near $10,000 in that first month working with them. But before I go into detail with that model and why I believe I found so much success with it, I kind of want to preface myself, because I just found out about online business, and in under a year I was making $50,000 per month. I have been in the game for some time. I've been in the online business world for close to a little over 2 years now, I believe. And I started in the traditional SMMA, the Iman Gadzhi style, run Facebook ads for e-com brands or for local businesses, and that is exactly what I did. I remember so clearly the day I found that Iman Gadzhi video that basically explained what an SMMA was, a social media marketing agency, and remembering so clearly that I thought that that was my saving grace. I actually thought like, oh my God, I need to do this. I can do this. I need to drop out of school. I need to become an online business fucking guru. I need to make 10K per month. I was doing the whole ordeal, bro. Like, I remember finding that video and just thinking that I cracked the code, and the video had like 2 million views or some shit like that. And again, that's exactly what I did. I started that model. I started running ads, or at least I was trying to run Facebook ads for e-commerce brands. That was my model. I also threw in some UGC stuff down the line, but at first it started with me trying to run ads for e-commerce brands. And I just came into college. I was like 2 months in, and I found that video on YouTube, and that day forward was never the same. I went all in on that shit. I was grinding outreach every day. I was doing the whole mass cold email outreach systems. I had some crazy outreach systems. I hired Filipino VAs to do the outreach for me, and I was hopping on these calls trying to convince these business owners to let me run their ads for them for like $2,000 or $1,500 per month. And it took me 6 months or so, maybe even 7 months, to sign my first client. And then as soon as I believe my first client was for around 2K per month or 3K. And then my second client was for around 3.5K a month. And I signed those almost back to back. And in that week, I felt like I was on top of the world. So I dropped out of school, which looking back on it was actually retarded. But I always say this, that you need that perfect amount of retardedness as someone coming up or starting this online business game. I just believed in myself. I had no reason to believe in myself, but I just did. I dropped out of school. I told my parents started fucking crying and shit. But that's besides the point. Once I signed that second client, I dropped out of school, and I really went all in, bro. I wasn't talking to my friends. I wasn't talking to my old teammates. I quit soccer. I was a soccer player my whole life growing up. That's all I did. And I just quit that all of a sudden. My whole life completely changed. I was no longer like an average person. And of course, I lost those clients literally less than a month later. Just trying to sign clients and losing clients. I never really genuinely learned skills that allowed those clients to need me or really make me valuable. I was just doing a ton of outreach and trying to sign clients and make as much money as possible. So I had some good months, I had some terrible months, I had 10K months, I had 0K months. Like, it was probably literally the most inconsistent thing on earth for the smallest amount of money, for the most amount of work. And I just remember thinking, like, how the fuck do people make $50,000 in a month, $100,000 a month with an agency. Like, this shit doesn't make sense. It felt like I was slaving, doing cold outreach, trying to run Facebook ads, trying to deal with these clients, trying to hop on sales calls. It just didn't make sense to me. Like, it seemed like I was almost useless to them. I was just some random kid that popped up in their email inbox that somehow found their personal email because I was good at that shit. That was damn near the only thing I was good at. And I was trying to convince them to let me control an aspect of their business for $2K a month or $1,500 per month. And looking back at it, especially as a business owner now, that's retarded, bro. Unless you're genuinely, really, really good at what you do, no one wants to work with you. And getting $2K a month out of a client that makes $10K per month in revenue off a toothpaste brand or some sort of e-com business like that, because those were the types of clients I was signing, taking $2K a month from them was a big ass deal. These people didn't have money. No business that was making a ton of money was trusting some random kid that popped up in their Gmail. So my churn was crazy. I was barely making any money. I was working my ass off and I just couldn't sign good clients, and I couldn't keep my clients either. And I'm sure a lot of the people watching this went through the same thing, especially with the whole SMMA thing. It was really, really popular about a year ago, 2 years ago, even 3 years ago. It was like the biggest shit ever. And that's kind of how the internet works. It goes in waves of new business models, especially when the growth operator thing came out. Like, I was one of the first people to really start posting about it, and that's kind of what blew me up, I guess you could say. And I'm thankful for that. But at the end of the day, it was just another one of those shiny objects that people just wanted to watch videos about. But as I was in this whole agency space, I would always look at these kids on TikTok, or not even kids, but just people on TikTok, people on YouTube, people on Instagram that would talk about business online, and they were getting a ton of fucking views. And I just knew like that these people were fucking printing. I didn't know exactly how it worked, but I just knew that with that much attention talking about something money related, you can make a lot of money. Whether you have an agency that you're just selling your services to, or you're selling some type of coaching offer, or even just brand deals. I didn't know exactly how they were making their money, but I knew that with that much attention, that was the method. Content was the fucking method. And so at that point, again, like I said, I was confused. I didn't know exactly how the whole world worked of info products, but I knew that that was the method. And at that time, I didn't know what it was, but I tried to start an influencer marketing agency. I was like, okay, I need to do one of two things here. I need to either be my own personal brand or be on the team of the people who do have the personal brands, because I knew somehow, some way, shape or form that these people had a lot of fucking money around them. And the first option didn't make sense to me because I didn't have anything of huge substance to talk about. I didn't live a crazy lifestyle to talk about. I didn't live in a fucking penthouse. I didn't drive a nice car. I didn't have anything that was worth watching. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna shut down what I'm currently doing. I'm gonna shut down this agency, and I'm gonna try to start an influencer marketing agency because I want to get on the team of the people with personal brands. So I was reaching out to all these people, asking them to help them get brand deals, help them make money. I just knew that they were the method, bro. Their content was the method, and I wanted to be a part of it somehow, some way, shape, or form. I wanted to help them make money so I could get a piece of it. So I started an influencer marketing agency. I tried to connect with a couple of influencers. I had a little bit of success with it. I tried to connect brand owners to them and kind of white label them almost as influencers that worked for me and sell their attention to these brands to promote their products or whatever it may be. And in the process of me doing this, I stumbled upon the whole growth operating thing. The whole thing of partnering up with a content creator, making that's unmonetized, doesn't make money, starting a school community for them, and helping them sell whatever they talk about on their social medias to their audience and teaching them how to do so. And so I did just that. And I had a couple clients at first that I didn't really work at all because I didn't really know what I was doing looking back at it. But then on my third client, I got really lucky. I recognized that this influencer in particular, most of you guys that watch me know who this is, had a clothing brand. And a lot of people at that time were starting to make clothing brands. And this person had a very, very successful clothing brand. And even in one of his videos, he talked about on YouTube that I had watched, how people would pay him literally just for his phone number to just get some information out of him. And in this industry at the time, there was no real gurus. There wasn't anyone selling big coaching offers. There wasn't anyone that was really monetizing this whole space of people who wanted to learn how to make clothing brands, because that was the thing at the time. And so I recognized that, and I got in touch with this guy somehow, some way, shape, or form, and I spent my last couple $100s to fly out to him and pitch him on this idea of making a fucking school community. And for whatever reason, it fucking worked. I was fortunate, I was lucky. I was also smart enough to recognize that when no one had. And that low ticket community, I think it was $50 a month on the first day. We were the first to do it in that industry, and everyone bought it. It was such a product market fit that it just worked. So people bought it. We scaled to 10K per month in MRR in our first day. I started learning more and more about high ticket stuff. I created an upsell, and I was literally doing everything at this time. I was literally this guy's assistant. I was his content helper. I was the fucking community moderator. I was an appointment setter. I was a closer. I was doing everything in my power. A copywriter, a funnel builder, a landing page builder, a VSL scripter, whatever you want to call it. I was doing everything for this person. And we ended up getting that community to $100,000 per month in just a couple of months. And that was with a high ticket offer on the back end that I was learning how to build and learning the sales process. Also with our MRR low ticket. And as I was working with this person, I slowly started to accumulate more and more skills. All these different skills that made me valuable. And that was the first time I wasn't on a retainer. I had rev share. I didn't have a 50-50 split, but I was making damn near $10,000 per month in that first month working with this person because I had a percent of whatever we were generating. I believe in that first month, we made around $45,000, maybe $50,000 that first month working together. And I really felt like an asset. I really felt as if I really contributed to this revenue generated, and I did. And because I had a percentage, I was getting paid nicely for it. And that was the first time I was like, okay, in order for me to make $10,000 a month with my old agency, I would have had to have 5 clients or to done cold outreach to thousands of people, somehow signed 5 of them and got all of them to pay me $2,000 per month and keep those people to continue making that money. And that seemed absurd. And as I scaled up more and more with this client, naturally other people started to hear about me. I started to post about it and people started to come to me. And that felt really, really good to have inbound leads. And from there, I just kind of started signing more clients, like other people in that space that wanted to work with me. I met one of my current clients, Brez, through that first client. I started launching more offers for other people. And I kind of became known in the industry as like a growth operator. But really what I was just a glorified slave. I was a glorified freelancer, accumulated a bunch of skills here and there that made me an asset to personal brands that allowed them and helped them to sell whatever it is they were talking about to their audience. And I got pretty damn good at that. I've scaled multiple offers now at this point to over $100,000 per month. I even have one client right now that I started his offer from scratch in March, and in this month we're on track to make $200,000. And from that $200,000, I will take home personally $40,000 in profit. $40,000 per month from one singular client. And if you had told me that 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, a year ago even, I would have thought you were insane. Like, that sounds crazy as fuck. And those numbers sound insane, but once you're in position and you see the money coming in, you see what an asset you have become to help generate these people so much more money than what you're taking home, you can see how you yourself can be making $100,000 per month. You see how you can be making $150,000, $200,000 per month in profit, and you start understanding how people are doing it, because it's very possible. You just have to be in the right vehicle and on the right side of the stick. And now I have a client base of 4 to 5 clients that all pay me 5 figures plus per month. And whether that's helping these big personal brands with webinar funnels, or I found a lot of success personally running high ticket offers for people and managing sales teams and managing appointment setters and hiring closers and helping with the sales process, or just running the offer A to Z. I do whatever I think is best for these people to help them make as much money as fucking possible so I can take a cut of that. That's what I do. I'm not a growth operator, and now I have a full-fledged agency and I have teams that I pay out that help me conduct these services for these personal brands to help sell their coaching offers, their courses, etc. And I can very, very clearly see myself getting to $100,000 per month in take-home profit with just 5 clients. Even with the clients I have right now, I can get to $100,000 per month. And that is what I plan on doing. But if you are someone who wants to get into this space, here's what I think you should do. I think you need to switch your frame, because everyone that gets into this space sees themselves as a growth operator. They say, okay, here, let me reach out to a personal brand that's not monetized and let me run their offer A to Z. Well, what the fuck does that mean? In today's day and age, it's very, very rare for a personal brand or a content creator to be in a good niche that can sell really well to not be monetized. Those days are close to over. You can find gems here and there, but most of the time, you're not gonna get lucky like I did, pairing up with a really, really good content creator and just starting from scratch and hoping that they trust you to run an offer. What does run an offer mean? That doesn't mean anything. What I would do if I was starting over from scratch, I would focus on learning particular skills that would help these people that sell these info products make more money. Now, maybe you won't get a crazy rev share at first. Maybe you won't be making 10K per month off one client, but you need to get your foot in the door with these people that sell info products, whether that's learning copywriting, writing emails, whether that's learning how to manage sales teams, whether that's being an appointment setter yourself or a closer yourself, or being a funnel builder or learning webinars or whatever it may be. You need to get your foot in the door with these people who sell these products because they make so much fucking money, it's ridiculous. Everyone knows that course sellers, people who sell coaching, make a fuck ton of money. That's like a known thing. So you need to get on that side of the park and help them do whatever they do and help them make way more fucking money. So if you focus on actually learning skills and getting your foot in the door, and things will evolve naturally. You'll start as someone who just helps with one thing, and then maybe you'll hire some people, maybe you'll get some more clients, and now you have a full agency doing webinars, or now you have a full agency that helps build out high ticket offers, or now you have a full agency that builds funnels for people, or whatever it may be. If you focus on learning a couple skills and helping these people make more fucking money, eventually an opportunity will present itself to you. And if you get good enough at what you do, other people will come to you naturally. You'll start hiring people, and now you have a full agency around whatever the fuck it is that you're good at. But stop thinking about, oh, I want to run an offer, because what the fuck does that mean? That's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get lucky like that. Start thinking, what skill can I learn to help these people make as much money as fucking possible? And maybe you start with a $500 per month retainer, but it's a start, all right? The whole growth operator thing is a pretty construed and fucked up way to look at it. And honestly, I think it will hurt you way more than it will ever benefit you. But that's kind of my take on things. You guys might know Ben Bader. He's a quote unquote growth operator. He found a lot of his success running webinars and being a copywriter. I found a lot of my success doing high ticket stuff. We kind of had different stories, but we found ourselves in similar positions of running coaching offers and conducting coaching offers for these people with big personal brands and taking percent doing so. And we kind of came together and came to this conclusion that people need to stop looking at it from the growth operator perspective and start learning skills and get your foot in the door in any way possible. So this next Thursday at 7 p.m. EST, I believe, me and Ben are actually hosting a free class talking about how you can get your foot in the door in the info product space and what we believe you should do and what skills you should learn that will put you in best position to do so. So if you want to sign up for that class, it is 100% free. It's live. Me and Ben really fucking do this shit. We're probably some of the only people in like this info YouTube space that are actively doing it with clients at scale and making a lot of fucking money doing it and not just selling a program on how to do that. If you want to sign up for that class, it's gonna be free down below. Secure your spot this Thursday at 7 p.m. EST. So again, hit that link down below and sign up. And other than that, that's kind of all I have for this video. I hope that gave some clarification on a little bit of my story, why I think I had success with it, and what I think someone should do if they want to get into it in this day and age. So that's pretty much it. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you go sell some fucking info, and follow me on Instagram as well down below. I'll catch you boys in the next video.